Alright, people. Back in Riften. Kind of jumping back and forth between the Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild and what have you. Gotta get back to the companion stuff, too, at some point. But, thought I'd stop in here and get some light armor training. That's why I keep making return trips here. Although, that guy that's given the little small contracts in the Dark Brotherhood, he does light armor training, too, so that's pretty convenient. Anyway, also thought I'd come and turn in the stolen items we have from Markarth and Windhelm. Go find Delvin and Vex and get a little bit of my money back. I just literally spent it all on light armor training. I'm just about broke now. Almost, anyway.
So, what can I do for you today? Good job. Now, here's your part of the deal. Find me if you're ever looking for some extra coin.
Well, you done or what? Here's your gold. Try not to spend it all in one place. Hey, where do you think you're going? We have work to do.
Welcome to the cozy little... I've got coin and I've got merchandise.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do.
How about some lockpicks? That's what I'm after. I got a little bit of gold, but the training is getting to the point where it's I think it's pushing like $2,000 per point or something. It's a lot. I don't know. All I know is I ran through my gold quick, and then all that stuff that we found in that dwarven ruin, especially all those soul gems and stuff from like the spiders and things. I enchanted like all those random daggers and armor pieces and whatever else that I found. It disenchanted everything I could, sold the rest, enchanted all my normal items, sold those too, and still broke. Good thing is I had leveled, I got to train 5 times, and essentially then when I actually leveled, you know, and then trained a few more times. So I did get those under my belt, but I ran through all my money and all my stuff. Which is fine. Money's coming a lot easier now. We'll get a lot more for everything that we turn in, and items are becoming worth a lot more now, too. It won't be uncommon to start finding gear that merchants can't even afford. There'll be times where I actually buy a thing or two from a merchant just to give them enough gold to sell my stuff to them, you know. Or if I got something that's worth, say, 1,500 and they only have 1,400, just sell it to them anyway. Take the loss just so I can get rid of it. Do that sometimes too. I hate that though. Alright, so let's go find Maven. See what she's gonna have us do.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you, that skill can be bought.
If I can find the friggin' stairs. Okay, wrong side. Duh. Anywho.
So you're the one. You don't look so impressive. Is that confidence I hear? Or is it arrogance? Strange how often they're confused. You have to understand, it's been a long time since Brynjolf sent me anyone I can rely on. Faith? I don't have faith in anyone. All I care about is cause and effect. Did the job get done, and was it done correctly? There's no gray area. Head to the Bannered Mare in Whiterun and look for Malus Macius. He'll fill you in on all the details. The Blackbriar family has always been allied with the Guild. Our connections with the Empire and within Skyrim make for a perfect fit. I dare say the Guild owes its survival as much to my family as it does to its own people. Some layabout named Sabjorn. Been a thorn in my side for the last few years now. Not a day goes by that I don't regret letting Sabjorn get as far as he did. In only a few short years, he's taken that bile he calls mead to market, and a chunk of my profits with it. I can't imagine where he found the gold to take it to market so quickly. Exactly. With Sabjorn in prison, his meadery will be forced to close. Then I swoop in and take over the place. No more competition. The Golden Glow estate job has undoubtedly interrupted the supply of honey I need to make my mead. Sabjorn could use this interruption to his advantage and collect a larger share of the market. I can't have that. Of course, nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me and I pay a visit to the Thieves Guild. Make me angry and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation.
Okay,
One
take a
more
little
time,
off,
in case
bitch.
I wasn't clear.
I mean,
You butcher this job and you will be sorry.
yeah, okay. I wonder if Maven was somehow responsible. I mean, there's ties between the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood, not just Maven, but one or two other people in the Thieves Guild, and then on the flip side of that same coin, you have one or two people in the Dark Brotherhood that also have friends in the Thieves. And we'll see as we kind of carry out these quest lines. It's kind of cool just kind of doing them side by side, going back and forth, because they do overlap a little bit. It's one of my favorite things about Oblivion, actually, was the overlapping of quest lines at times. Running into the same people that were involved in other stuff also, and seeing out all kinds of kind of interlinked and stuff. Anyway, I was kind of wondering if Maven was partly responsible for Cicero getting the Night Mother out of Cyrodiil and down here. Apparently something happened with the whole thing in, what was it, Breville, I believe, where her body was interred there. Now, there was an event at the end of the Dark Brotherhood quest in Oblivion where some stuff happened, but as far as her having to be excavated completely and then brought down here to an entirely new sanctuary or whatever, whatever events led up to that, I wonder if Maven made it possible for Cicero to get passage down here. I mean, you know, a jester just walking out in the open with his cart and his horse and a friggin' big coffin on the back in the middle of a civil war and being able to just basically be unimpeded, other than a broken wagon wheel, it's, you know, I think it'd be a little odd. Somebody had to pave the way for that, you would think. Maybe Cicero had ties of his own or something, who knows. Anyway, just a thought. Maybe she was somehow partly responsible for that. Again, this guy we're fixing to talk to is just as distasteful as Maven is, honestly.
If you need to sample some of the finest mead in Skyrim, you're in the right place.
Both cut from the same stone, so to speak.
I'm gonna keep this short because we've got a lot to do. Honnongbrew's owner, Sabjorn, is about to hold a tasting for Whiterun's Captain of the Guard, and we're going to poison the mead. No, that's the beauty of the whole plan. We're going to get Sabjorn to give it to us. The Meadery has quite a pest problem, and the whole city knows about it. Pest poison and mead don't mix well, you know what I mean? You're going to happen by and lend poor old Sabjorn a helping hand. He's going to give you the poison to use on the pests, but you're also going to dump it into the brewing vat. Maven and I spent weeks planning this. All we need is someone like you to get in there and get it done. Now get going before Sabjorn grows a brain and hires someone else to do the dirty work. Both of the buildings are connected by tunnels made by the pests infesting the Meadery. There's an entrance to it in the basement storeroom of the warehouse that used to be boarded over. I've already removed the boards so the Meadery would get infested. That's where you should start. Sabjorn keeps that locked up tight. If you can get through that way, go right ahead. I made the mistake of borrowing coin from Sabjorn. He's allowing me to pay it back, but he's working my fingers to the bone. He treats me like a slave. I have to do every nasty, dirty job in the Meadery. If this plan works, not only is my debt gone, but I'll be set up for life. Maven and I worked out a little deal. If Sabjorn ends up in jail, she's gonna take over his Meadery. And guess who gets to run the Blackbriar Meadery in Whiterun? You're looking at him. Once Sabjorn is out of the way, Maven has plans for the place. One way or another, we don't want the pests coming back. Consider it just more of the dirty work. I did my part getting them in there, now you need to clear them out. Remember, Sabjorn will be needing a helping hand. Make it look good.
Yeah, whatever. I get the idea. This is actually pretty clever. Now, this to me is the winning formula that Bethesda has. It's also a big part of the success of BioWare games and stuff, too. And all my other favorite RPGs, for the most part, is being involved in the story here.
What are you gawking at? Can't you see I have problems here? Are you kidding me? Look at this place. I'm supposed to be holding a tasting of the new Honnongbrew reserve for the captain of the guard. If he sees the meadery in this state, I'll be ruined. Oh, really? And I don't suppose you just do it out of the kindness of your heart, would you? I hope you're not expecting to get paid until the job's done. Okay. No need to make rash decisions. Here's half. You get the rest when the job's done. My only demand is that these vermin are permanently eliminated before my reputation is completely destroyed. I bought some poison. I was going to have my lazy good-for-nothing assistant Malice handle it, but he seems to have vanished. If you plant this in the vermin's nest, it should stop them from ever coming back. Don't come back until every one of those things are dead. Now I've got to clean up this mess.
All right. This is actually pretty funny when all this plays out. All right, so if you think about it, questing in RPGs, right, in general, now you have, there's like several different levels of questing or kinds of questing. You have mindless fetch 'em quests, which there's a few of those in just about any RPG. Some of them are just for rewards. Some of them are ways of obtaining XP, especially in like your MMOs and stuff, where it's all about the grind. It's not about dialogue. You don't really care why you're even doing what you're doing because it's all just mindless. It's go get this and bring it back, or go kill that and then tell me about it, or just go kill that and find whatever it's got and keep it, or whatever. But it's you know, kind of secondarily about loot and primarily about just XP. It's all about the grind. And then you have the fetch 'em quests that have a reason. Like, oh, I have this meaningful family heirloom, which if you get this, then, and you bring it back to me, then I can become a merchant. And so there's a reward outside of just maybe XP or a particular item, but you put someone in your game, an NPC who serves some function or something like that. You have those, which are still fetch 'em quests, but at least they have some kind of purpose, right? And then the formula I see them using here, and this makes Bethesda games kind of unique, in my opinion, is you really don't get XP for doing quests. Like, when you turn them in, you don't really get, like, some big bonus to your overall level. Your level comes from your skills, and basically you level up by doing what you do, right? As you do it, you get better at something by practicing it, and that's a really more realistic formula than the rest of them, if you think about it. It works similar, but your XP, if you want to call it XP, or your experience overall towards your character, comes from the process of doing it in whatever means that you want to do it, whether you're using your sword or you're using your sneak or you're using your magic or whatever, right? But then your XP goes to your skills as much or as little as you use them, right? If you want to take shortcuts, well, you get less experience towards your character and you develop your skills less because you're using them less, right? But for turning in the quest, outside of basic rewards, it's all really just about story here, for the most part. Now you do have some of the mindless stuff, is go to this Draugr-filled cave, kill some zombies, or go to this vampire-filled cave, kill some undead, and then go grab that thing and bring it back and I'll pay you for it. Or keep it and jack me for it, and then you can have that, you know. But you may have stuff for like an item or whatever, but other than that, it's really all about story. I think that's pretty cool. That their leveling system is more based on just whatever you do as you do it. And that pretty much encompasses anything you might be doing, whether it's smithing or using a certain kind of magic or a certain kind of weapon or doing things a certain way, you know, stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. I have a confession to make here to those of you who have been watching these videos. You notice, other than the few times I've put one up every day, a lot of times it's kind of every other day, spacing them out just a little bit.
Better.
I don't really have the time to record right now. I'm not making any excuses, but honestly, when I'm not sleeping or editing, I'm playing friggin' Elder Scrolls Online because I'm trying to get ready or get some idea of how to make a run at getting the Emperor achievement there. And it's all about points, and it's all about hours, putting in your time, putting in the grind, and going pedal to the metal and doing your thing, right? And there's more to it than what I still even know, but I plan on making an attempt at that. Just mainly it's a trophy. It's a trophy that I really want. Don't know that I could platinum that game, but that would be, I think, the hardest one to achieve, because it's really based on the behavior of pretty much anyone online at the time. Besides just your skills, is getting some assistance from all your teams and doing your thing, and then having some success and being, you know, fighting well on the server in whatever campaign you're in, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. There's more factors than just you going and playing well, you know. I mean, that's obviously the biggest part of it, but there's other things involved too. And anyway, it seems like a pretty tough one to get. I see guys getting it, so I'm not the best player, but I think I've got as good a shot as anyone else, as long as I know all the things that you have to do. Anyway, just been putting time into it, and like a lot of time, investing a lot of time into that. Really enjoying the PvP aspect of it. Haven't done a lot of videos because I think the videos have really been done, especially by a lot of your PC guys. Remember, this was out for a year and a half before we even got our hands on it, you know, on PlayStation and Xbox and stuff. So a lot of that's been done, and there's guys who know, well, they know everything about the game. Obviously, I can put in my 2 cents and just show what a noob I am, you know, as far as that goes. But I'm enjoying it. I think it's really, really cool. Enough so that I'm investing most of my free gaming hours into it. When I'm not recording this and editing whatever and getting it up to you guys, I'm pretty much playing that. So, also, aside from Skyrim, there's really not a lot of other games on the horizon before Fallout. I'd consider Mass Effect, but I couldn't do the whole series. I wouldn't have time to probably even do one of them after Skyrim, considering there's as much Skyrim as you want to do, basically. I mean, does Skyrim ever really end? I guess, in a sense, it kind of does. At some point, we'll get through whatever storylines we're going to get through and get to the end of the game and beat, you know, Alduin, and that's considered quote-unquote end-game. But you don't have to stop there. There's all the DLC, and there's all kinds of different stuff, and what we do or don't do, I don't know. You can kind of just do whatever, and that's the beauty of it, you know. So this can go, I can honestly carry this out until Fallout 4 comes out, and then we'll be all over that. My only, the only thing I'm struggling with on that is, I know some guys really like a blind Let's Play, and then other guys like a shared experience Let's Play. Like, some people like, you know, the shock value of seeing something for the first time. Oh, wow, how cool is that, right? And for anyone playing the game for themselves, I'm sure everyone experiences that. And I can see the value in seeing that through someone else's eyes, too. Because in a game, especially a Bethesda game, no 2 playthroughs are going to be alike, no matter what. You can play the game 100 different times, and something new will happen each time. You'll discover some new thing. You'll do something in a different order. You'll set your skills a different way. You'll go an entirely different build. You'll find some new item that completely dictates the way you play from that point forward. Some shit in the game that you never even knew existed, and then once you find it, you say, well, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, and all of a sudden it becomes the one defining item in what you build your entire game experience and your character around, you know, that type of stuff. So you never know what'll happen. And then on the flip side of that coin, you have the game experience where, like, you know, well, I really like to do, I prefer to speak somewhat knowledgeably about something. I mean, I'll tell you guys when I don't know something about something, but I like to be familiar with the game and be able to share some views I may have on some of the stuff, knowledge on where some stuff's at, cool things to find, my way of doing things, you know, stuff like that. So I usually like getting into a game and finding something. Also, even if I do play a game on max difficulty first time through, there's going to be dying involved, where you don't know when you don't know where the enemies are at, what's going to be jumping out at you. what's coming around the next corner a lot of times. You know, you get mobbed, you get ambushed, you get surprised. You're off just looking around, and next thing you know, 50 ghouls come out, and you get one-shotted, you know, because they all hit you at the same time, and you're playing on very hard or whatever, insanity or whatever the difficulty level might be. That stuff's going to happen, and lots of that is not something to record for you guys. I mean, anyone can go in a game and die a lot. Anyone could do that, you know. But I don't know. So whether we may do blind, if I did blind, it would honestly be for views, guys. Because earlier you get the video up. If I start putting up Fallout 4 videos the day of release, because I'm not one of these lucky guys that gets an early copy of it, an early review copy, to where as soon as the game is released, they've already got a month's worth of videos to give you guys. I'm not one of those lucky guys. I'm not big like that. It'd be awesome if the channel here ever gets that successful, to where I have stuff like that. But even then, honestly, what I would probably do is spend that time learning the game for you guys, and then start making videos about the time that it's released anyway, and start sharing what I'd found in the game and some of the cool stuff, and make some observations and what neat lore things I found that everyone else is probably already clued into, but it'll be awesome to me, so I'll share it with you guys. And just the same old thing we've been doing. But so like I say, if I do a blind, I'll have the game same time that all you guys do. Like I say, I'm not one of the lucky review guys. I'm not one of the big ones that gets it early. So if I do start putting the videos out right on top, yeah, I'll get more views as far as that goes, just because Fallout 4 will be in the title. There'll be hype for it. I mean, there's already hype for it, right? There'll be that, but I think it's kind of cheating, you guys, on what I do here, type of thing. So I'm pretty reluctant to do that. It was the same way with Inquisition. I saw people putting up stuff that was I don't know that they'd even bothered. Some of them I looked at them like build videos and stuff, and I'm like, did this person ever actually play with this build to see if it really worked in game situation, to see if it really was, you know? And most of the time what I saw them doing was using NPC characters, and they'd give each NPC a different build, so when they got to a certain level, they would just assign a bunch of random points, read the points off to you, and show them fighting some enemy that was 10 levels lower than they were, and say, okay, this is my build and this is how it works. I would be embarrassed to pass along. Just wouldn't bother. I wouldn't make those for you. But they got the views. Some of them tens and hundreds of thousands of views and stuff, and I guess maybe I'm cutting my own Achilles with that by not doing that. Maybe I am. Maybe Ninja Flips would be a little bigger if I did that. But I feel that's selling out a bit, at least from what I like to do and what I like to pass along. The passion for gaming, the love of something, I want to get to know it first, and then share with you guys whatever and that's where it comes from. That's at least where I'm coming from. And, you know, love it or hate it or whatever, I don't expect everyone. I don't even expect most people to necessarily like this channel. But for those of you that do hang out, and, you know, we got a few subscribers here. We got a few viewers, you know, people that seem to enjoy this. And for those of you guys, seems like I'd be cheating you if I did things different all of a sudden just for views. Sorry.
The captain until you were finished. You'll just have to wait until after the captain's finished. I suppose you can wait around if you must.
This is awesome. Okay, so he poisoned the mead, right? How it got into this barrel, I don't know, but it's still funny.
Well, Sebjorn, now that you've taken care of your little pest problem, how about I get a taste of some of your mead?
Help yourself, my lord. It's my finest brew yet.
My lord.
I call it Honnongbrew Reserve. I think you'll find it quite pleasing to your palate.
Oh, come now. This is mead, not some wine to be sipped and savored. By the 8. What's in this?
I don't know. What's wrong?
You assured me this place was clean. I'll see to it that you remain in irons for the rest of your days.
No, please. I don't understand.
Silence, idiot. I should have known better to trust this place after it's been riddled with filth.
Riddled
I
with
beg you, please.
filth.
This is not what it seems.
You're in charge here until I can sort this all out.
It will be my pleasure.
And you're coming with me to Dragon's Reach. We'll see how quickly your memory clears in the city's prisons. Now, move.
Look, I assure you this is all just a huge misunderstanding.
I said, move.
Farewell, Sabjorn.
I honestly really don't feel bad for Sabjorn, though. As much as this Malleus character is a real piece of work, Sabjorn guy seemed to be a whole lot better. Where's the other half of my pay? That's fine. Enjoy your stay behind bars.
Anything else you need before you head back to Riften? Anything else you need before you head back to Riften? So, Maven wants to hunt down Sabjorn's private partner, huh? You're welcome to take a look around Sabjorn's office. He keeps most of his papers stashed in his desk. Here, this should help. I thought it would be better to leave some of the details out of our previous discussion. Didn't want to risk you walking away from the job. Besides, you've done Maven a favor getting rid of him, and saved me from wasting coin hiring someone else to do it later. Start changing it over to the Blackbriar Meadery West as soon as possible. That was Maven's part of the deal. She's put me in charge of keeping the mead flowing, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. If you're in the area, and you ever need anything fenced, you just let me know. Remember to put in a good word with Maven for me.
Anyone ever bothered to look to see if the name actually changes on this place, like on the map? Or the sign out front? I honestly really don't give this place a second thought after I leave. Just to be honest. Huh. Maybe stop and actually think to look later on. May take a few in-game days or something to flip, if it does. I don't know if it does or not. Anyway. If you notice too, while I was here, I raided a lot of those barrels with the mead. Those add up. I can only sell them for, what, 8, 10, 12 gold a piece or something? But when you have like 100 or more of them, that's a decent amount of money, actually. It's worth it. And we'll be going right back to the Thieves Guild anyway, so whatever mead was stolen, sell it anyway, so it's all good. And that was a skill book, but apparently I've already read that at some point. Alright, well, nothing else really of value in this room anyway. You know, in Oblivion, you'd find skill books and dressers and chests and stuff, like, a lot. It's pretty common. And, can't think of ever having found a skill book that you could read to get a point from in a container. Skyrim. Maybe. Not really. Not right offhand. Alright, now this little decanter thingy here, that's another one of those collectibles you can sell to Delvin. And I guess every single Thieves Guild quest has at least one of those items. And, of course, when you sell them to them, then they appear on the cabinets behind Mercer's desk. There next to the vault door in the main Thieves Guild area. The living area or whatever. Anyway. Don't know if there's something for collecting every single one of them. Probably, actually. But I don't think it's just the main quest line stuff. But I believe a lot of the side missions and stuff you're sent to. Which, if I remember right, the Thieves Guild will send you to various like caves and stuff like that outside of the main storyline. like for little side missions, especially like the special quests that you do for to obtain a fence. Basically, once you get to a certain point doing the little errands for Delvin and Vex, eventually it'll lead to you talking to one particular person in each major city. Markarth, Whiterun, Windhelm, Solitude, and I think even Riften. But when you do that main quest, wherever they send you, you're likely to find a collectible for the Thieves Guild there also. So I don't know exactly how many there would be, but I know there's room on both those cabinets and even that bust of the Grey Fox behind Mercer's desk.
I trust you have good news for me? This doesn't tell me much. The only thing that could identify Sabjorn's partner is this odd little symbol.
Why won't they do as I say?
Well, whoever this mysterious marking represents, they'll regret starting a war with me. You should bring this information to the Thieves Guild immediately. There's also the matter of your payment. I believe you'll find this more than adequate for your services.
Okay, more than adequate is usually a really underleveled piece of crap. Although I can say I've honestly gotten a useful enchantment once or twice out of that. But outside of that, it's usually not worth more than like 100 gold. No, it's really not adequate. For going and messing with Skeever Man down in the friggin' tunnels under a meadery that you get control of now, you get to reap all the profits from. Yeah, no, it's really not worth it, actually. But you're not supposed to argue with Maven Blackbriar, right? Okay, whatever. That's fine. All the other loot we collected along the way, that'll make up for it. So there. Meh.
Let's talk for a moment.
I wonder if these chests have respawned. Oh yeah, they have. Okay. That sounds like a deal. That's strange. It doesn't seem like I'm getting lockpicking credit for opening the chest itself. You get a little bit for breaking a pick regardless, but let's see. I mean, I'm right there, almost at my, what, 54? Yeah, I don't think they're counting. Strange. Wonder why not. I mean, I thought these were here for practice specifically. Oh well, doesn't matter. As long as they have stuff in them. Yeah, I'm not getting any credit for them. Any one of these chests should have given me enough to flip that next point over. Okay, well that's fine. What? Didn't even have to move it. Wow. Any other time I'd break 20 picks on a master chest. Okay, well that wasn't a skill book, but it was a spell book, so that's cool. That was worth it. Good deal. Alright, where's Brynjolf? There he is.
Word on the street is that poor Sabjorn has found himself in Whiterun's prison. How unfortunate for him. Exactly. Now you're beginning to see how our little system works. Maven sent word that you discovered something else while you were out there. Something important to the guild? Then this is beyond coincidence. First Arangoth, and now Sabjorn. Someone's trying to take us down by driving a wedge between Maven and the guild. Mercer thinks he knows a way to identify this new thorn in our side. He wants to meet with you right away. And if I were you, I'd hurry. I've never seen him this angry before.
Alright. Well, anything that pisses Mercer off is a good thing to me, but,
Ah, there you are. I've consulted my contacts regarding the information you recovered from Golden Glow Estate, but no one can identify that symbol. It would seem our adversary is attempting to take us apart indirectly by angering Maven Blackbriar. Very clever. They're well funded, and they've been able to avoid identification for years. I'm impressed it reached this point. Just don't mistake my admiration for complacency. Our nemesis is going to pay dearly. Because even after all their posturing and planning, they've made a mistake. The parchment you recovered mentions a Godgel lie. According to my sources, that's an old alias used by one of our contacts. His real name is Gullum. Slimy bastard. Gullum is our inside man at the East Empire Company in Solitude. I'm betting he acted as a go-between for the sale of Golden Glow Estate and that he can finger our buyer. Get out there, shake him down, see what you come up with. Talk to Brynjolf before you leave if you have any questions.
Well, Golem may not be a snake, but he is a lizard. He even sounds Argonian, doesn't he? Golem. Alright. This next part of the quest is actually pretty fun. I actually like this.
Gullum mixed up in all this. That Argonian couldn't find his tail with both hands. Don't get me wrong. He could scam a beggar out of his last septim. But he's no mastermind. Trouble? He's one of the most stubborn lizards I've ever met. You have your work cut out for you. You're going to have to buy him off. It's the only way to get his attention. If that fails, follow him and see what he's up to. If I know Gullum, he's in way over his head, and you'll be able to use it as leverage. Aye, he does indeed. And with his fingers in the East Empire Company's pie, we'll make good use of that debt. If I'm not being clear enough, that means we don't want him killed. For now, just keep on his tail and he's bound to step into something he can't scrape off his boot. Gullum works in the East Empire Company warehouse. He helps maintain all of the shipments of goods that goes in and out of Solitude. That means he has the pick of the litter from some of the finest goods to grace Skyrim's shores. He isn't exactly in the guild, but he pays us a cut of all the stuff he lifts from the warehouse. Just head right back to the guild and get the information to Mercer. Nothing else is more important. If you discover Gullum holding out on us and has more loot stashed away than he claims, we'd find that information quite valuable as well. A mercantile group that has established ports all over Tamriel. They pretty much dominate the whole shipping industry. The Emperor himself supposedly backs them, which means they have fairly unlimited resources, so don't get their feathers in a ruffle. Good luck in Solitude. Keep Gullum alive, but remind him.
Alright, so anyway, with my grinding on ESO, forgive the video every other day, basically. I'll still put one up every day sometimes, but expect one at least every other day. Not backing off, just there's only so many hours in the day type thing. I want to get that Emperor so bad. I really do.
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one. If you're looking for extra work, I've got coin and I've got merchandise. Let's see what we can do.
Alright, let me get her lockpicks first, whatever she's got. And then watch what all these mead are worth. I don't know exactly how many I grabbed, but... Oh, wow. Okay, I got a bunch of them. Look at that. Huh? Not a bad haul right there. Good deal. Mm-hmm. It was worth it.
Got lots of... Need some gold. I may have some work for you.
Can sell this thing to Delvin.
Well, well. I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this, be sure to bring them to me. I promise it'll be worth the effort. I think you'll find this payment to be more than fair.
So, even though Maven pooped in my face with that cheap-ass iron dagger, still
Stick to the rules and you'll end up
is worth our
rich.
while.
Break them, and you're out
That
on
money
your
on the
own.
side. Maven can now replace all that mead that we just sold to the fence right there. Alright. So from here, I guess we could always go back to the Dark Brotherhood. Or we could go do some of the companion stuff. Kind of just wide open, whatever. Just kind of going back and forth. We've left the companion quests pretty much unattended for a while now. In fact, I think we have to run an errand for them first before we can actually get on the next main story thing with them. I don't know. We'll see. But, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the whole Night Mother's coffin and all that good stuff. And we'll go ahead and carry this on, and then we may actually get back to the companions. Something like that. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. All right. Thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, click that button up top if you haven't already. And if you want to catch the rest of this Let's Play up to this point, click that image in the middle. It should take you to the playlist. All right? I will catch you guys in the next one. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.